Have you ever found yourself doing something routine, something you've done 1,000 times, and suddenly felt a flicker of unease, a little voice whispering, "Could this actually be dangerous now?" It's a strange truth about getting older, isn't it? Our wisdom grows. Our perspective deepens. But sometimes, the very things we take for granted can quietly shift, becoming less benign and more risky. We might notice a slight wobble where there was none, or feel a bit more tired after a task that used to be easy. That quiet feeling, that little hint that things are just a bit different, is actually our body's subtle way of telling us something important. Many of us just keep going, unaware that some common, everyday actions or even elements around us can suddenly pose a significant threat once we cross that wonderful, yet transformative, threshold of 65. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 common things that often fly under the radar but can become surprisingly dangerous after you turn 65. We'll talk about what they are and, more importantly, what simple steps you can take to make sure they don't catch you off guard. So, settle in, grab a cuppa, and watch to the very end. Because I promise there's something waiting that will truly surprise you and empower you to live safer and stronger. Let's dive right into our first crucial area, one that touches almost everyone's life at some point: the seemingly innocent world of medications. When we were younger, popping an over-the-counter pain reliever for a headache or taking a decongestant for a stuffy nose felt like second nature, a harmless fix. But after 65, the way our bodies handle these substances can change dramatically. Our liver and kidneys, which are responsible for processing and eliminating drugs, may not work as efficiently as they once did. This means medications can stay in our system longer, or their effects can be magnified, even at doses that were perfectly fine for decades. Imagine Martha, who always took the same antihistamine for her spring allergies. One year after she turned 68, she took her usual dose and suddenly felt overwhelmingly drowsy and disoriented. She nearly tripped while walking to the kitchen, a stark difference from how she'd reacted to it for years. Her body simply wasn't clearing the drug as quickly, leading to a much stronger, and in her case, dangerous, side effect. It's not just prescribed medications that warrant attention. It's also those common over-the-counter remedies, vitamins, and herbal supplements. They might seem benign, but they can interact with each other, or with your prescribed medications, in ways that can be harmful. A simple cold medication might contain ingredients that elevate blood pressure, which is a concern for someone already managing hypertension. Pain relievers like ibuprofen or naproxen, while effective, can become harder on aging kidneys and stomachs, potentially leading to ulcers or kidney damage if used frequently or without proper guidance. The key takeaway here is to always, and I mean always, review all your medications with your doctor or pharmacist annually, or whenever a new medication, even a seemingly minor supplement, is added. Bring a complete list of everything you take, including dosages and how often. Don't self-prescribe based on past experience, and always read the labels carefully for warnings about age or underlying health conditions. That quick chat with your pharmacist or doctor could literally save you from a dangerous situation. Now, as vital as understanding our medications is, there's another often overlooked factor that impacts nearly every system in our body, and that's often as simple as a glass of water. For many of us, the sensation of thirst diminishes with age. We just don't feel thirsty as readily as we used to, even when our bodies are crying out for water. This can lead to a state of chronic mild dehydration, which might not feel like a dramatic emergency, but it impacts almost everything. Dehydration can affect your brain function, making you feel foggy, tired, or even dizzy. It can slow down your digestion, making constipation a persistent issue. It makes you more susceptible to heat stroke, even on moderately warm days, and significantly increases your risk of falls due to dizziness or lightheadedness. John, a spry 72-year-old, started feeling constantly fatigued and a bit off balance during his daily walks. He attributed it to simply getting older. His doctor, however, suspected mild dehydration. Once John started making a conscious effort to carry a water bottle and sip from it consistently throughout the day, his energy levels improved dramatically. His head felt clearer, and his bouts of dizziness almost completely disappeared. The solution here is wonderfully simple, but requires a bit of proactive habit building. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. By then, you're already mildly dehydrated. Make hydration a regular, conscious part of your day. Start your morning with a glass of water. Keep a water bottle within reach and refill it consistently. Set reminders on your phone if you need to. Small, frequent sips throughout the day are far more effective than trying to gulp down a large amount all at once. If plain water feels boring, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a few berries for flavor. Eating water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables also contributes to your hydration. Think about watermelon, cucumbers, oranges, and berries as tasty ways to boost your fluid intake. Limiting dehydrating drinks like excessive coffee, sugary sodas, or alcohol is also a good idea. Prioritizing hydration is one of the easiest, yet most impactful, steps you can take to boost your energy, improve your cognitive function, and reduce your risk of falls as you age. Understanding what goes into our bodies, whether through pills or pints of water, is fundamental to our safety and well-being as we age. But sometimes, the danger isn't what we put in, but what we don't do enough of, or what our environment presents. Let's explore how our daily movement and even our own homes can become unexpected hazards. Moving on from what we ingest, let's talk about something incredibly fundamental to our physical resilience: how we move. Or perhaps more accurately, how we sometimes stop moving as much as we should. It's not just about getting weaker as we age, it's about the accelerated muscle loss, a process known as sarcopenia, and bone density reduction that begins to truly bite after 65. What was once easy, getting up from a low chair, climbing stairs, carrying a bag of groceries, can suddenly feel like a monumental task, or even become dangerous. The real danger isn't just the weakness itself. It's the domino effect it creates: an increased risk of falls, slower recovery from any illness or injury, and a significant loss of independence. Many of us find ourselves becoming less active, sometimes out of fear of falling, or due to chronic pain, or simply because our routines have changed. The ironic and painful truth is that this very inactivity actually makes the problem worse, creating a vicious cycle. Think about Sarah, who used to be an avid walker. Over time, her knees started bothering her, and she gradually reduced her daily walks, eventually almost stopping altogether. She noticed that getting up from the sofa became a struggle, and her balance felt shakier than ever. The fear of falling started to dictate her movements. What she didn't realize was that her reduced activity was contributing directly to her worsening strength and balance. The actionable steps here are about incorporating gentle but consistent movement back into your life, specifically focusing on strength and balance. You don't need to join a gym or lift heavy weights. Simple resistance bands, light hand weights, or even just using your own body weight can make a huge difference. Think about chair squats, where you stand up and sit down from a sturdy chair without using your hands, or wall push-ups, where you lean against a wall and gently push yourself away. Balance exercises are crucial too, standing on one leg while holding onto a counter, or practicing heel-to-toe walking in a straight line. The key is consistency and gradual progression. Listening to your body. Aim for regular walks, even short ones around the block or inside your home. Every little bit of movement helps, even during commercial breaks while watching television. You can stand up, march in place, or do a few gentle stretches. Consult with your doctor or a physical therapist to get a safe and effective exercise plan tailored to your specific needs. Rediscovering your strength isn't just about making daily tasks easier. It's about rebuilding confidence and reclaiming your freedom. Our bodies need movement, but our homes, the very places we feel safest, can sometimes harbor hidden dangers that directly impact our ability to move freely and without risk. Moving on from our internal strength, let's look at our external environment. Our vision changes as we age. Less light reaches the retina. Glare becomes more problematic, and our depth perception can decrease. What looked perfectly fine before now presents subtle, yet significant. Tripping hazards, loose throw rugs that seem decorative, cluttered pathways, dimly lit stairwells, or even furniture arrangements that were perfectly fine in our younger days can become major fall risks. A fall for someone over 65 can be much more than just a bump or a bruise. It can be life-altering, leading to serious fractures, head injuries, and a devastating loss of independence. The danger isn't just the immediate injury, but the cascade of health issues, the fear of falling again, and the potential for a long, difficult recovery that can follow. Consider Robert, who loved his cozy living room filled with books and trinkets. One evening, reaching for a book, he tripped over a power cord that was just a bit too stretched, lying unnoticed in the dim light. The result was a painful sprained ankle that kept him off his feet for weeks. It was a wake-up call for him. The actionable steps here involve conducting a thorough fall audit of your home, looking at it with fresh, safety-focused eyes. Start with lighting. Ensure all areas are well lit, especially hallways, staircases, and bathrooms. Install night lights in bedrooms, hallways, and bathrooms for easy navigation after dark. Remove all loose throw rugs, or if you insist on keeping them, secure them firmly with non-slip backing tape. Clear clutter from pathways, keeping floors free of magazines, shoes, and any other items that could be tripped over. Ensure handrails are securely installed on both sides of staircases and that they extend beyond the top and bottom steps. Rearrange furniture to create clear, wide walking paths in the bathroom. Consider adding grab bars near the toilet and in the shower or tub for added stability. Make sure all electrical cords are tucked away and not stretched across walking areas. These simple, often inexpensive, changes can make a world of difference in preventing potentially life-altering falls, transforming your home into a truly safe haven where you can move with confidence. By thoughtfully addressing our physical activity and our immediate surroundings, we can dramatically reduce common risks. But there's one final area, often dismissed as just a minor thing, that can escalate quickly and dangerously after 65, and it's something many of us are prone to overlooking. Now, let's talk about something that many of us are guilty of, especially when we've lived a good long life and feel like we know our bodies, overlooking those little aches, pains, or changes that seem minor at first. When we were younger, a nagging knee pain after a long walk might have been ignored, or a small cut on our hand just bandaged up and forgotten. But after 65, our bodies heal differently, often much slower. What seems like a minor sprain can linger for weeks, leading to chronic pain that affects your mobility and overall quality of life. A small cut can become infected more easily due to subtle changes in our immune function, potentially leading to more serious skin infections. A persistent cough that you dismiss as just a bit of a cold might actually be more significant, perhaps a sign of pneumonia or another underlying condition that requires prompt attention. These seemingly minor things can quickly escalate into serious conditions, significantly limit your independence, or even mask more severe underlying health issues that are missed because symptoms are dismissed or attributed to just getting old. It's also true that pain signals might be dulled, or symptoms might present atypically, making them harder to recognize for what they truly are. The real danger here lies in procrastination and the underestimation of symptoms. Consider Helen, who noticed a persistent dull ache in her hip. She initially brushed it off as just getting old and didn't mention it to her doctor. Months later, the pain became debilitating, making it hard to walk or sleep. It turned out to be a stress fracture that, if caught earlier, would have been much easier to treat and would have saved her months of discomfort and a more complex recovery. The actionable step here is simple yet profoundly important. Don't tough it out, or wait too long to seek medical advice for any new or persistent symptoms. Pay attention to changes in your body, whether it's persistent pain that doesn't go away, unusual fatigue that isn't explained by your activities, changes in your digestion, skin changes that seem odd, or even noticeable memory lapses. Early detection and intervention are always far more effective. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, or if a symptom persists longer than you'd expect, it's probably worth checking with your healthcare provider. Keep open communication with your doctor about any concerns, no matter how small they seem. Remember, your body is still sending you messages, even if they're a bit different now, and listening to them is a vital part of staying safe and healthy. So, we've explored these 5 crucial areas where everyday things can surprisingly become dangerous after 65. Understanding how our bodies handle medications, the often ignored importance of proper hydration, the critical need for consistent movement and building strength, making our homes safer havens by reducing fall risks, and the vital necessity of paying attention to those little health whispers before they become shouts. It might sound like a lot, but please don't feel overwhelmed. The beautiful thing is that awareness is the first, most powerful step towards greater safety and well-being. Each of these points offers simple, practical changes you can start implementing today. Remember, turning 65 isn't about slowing down. It's about being smarter, living more intentionally, and enjoying every single moment with greater confidence and vitality. Small, consistent changes truly do add up to make a monumental difference in your health, happiness, and independence. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these shifts in your own life? What strategies have you found helpful to navigate the changes that come with age? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your wisdom could genuinely help someone else who might be going through something similar. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this valuable information. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos designed to help you thrive at every stage of life. And remember that surprise I promised you at the beginning. It's not a secret tip or a magic pill. The surprise is this: you are more resilient, more capable, and more in control of your well-being than you might even realize. The power to navigate these changes, to adapt, to learn, and to truly live your best life at every age is already within you. You've come this far, you've learned so much, and you have so much more life to enjoy, safely and vibrantly. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep living beautifully.